Okay, this is on the Merrill job, 53186. This is a very involved job. So, what we are doing is okay. So what we're doing is we'll go over the basement first. Okay, so to come in the basement in this room, we've got 2 water heaters, 3 furnaces. Okay, so this furnace right here is what we're going to use as the base. You know, our new furnace is going to sit where this one is. I do it on the floor, but it should sit same footprint. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be a 4-zone system. So this furnace is ripping out. This one goes to the theater, the theater. This is the return for the theater. And this one's coming out. So I'll just go over what's coming out. Okay, so this is the basement in theater. So the basement, and it's underground. So this whole system is coming all the way out to the cement, and this box is coming out. Leave the return air grill. On the return air grill, we're going to downsize it. Sorry. We're going to leave the grill as is. I made a box and a squared around, and a 90 with a squared around, and we're going to go 10-inch round up into the joist base, over, and then tap into the top of our return air. So, okay, so on here I have a cut line right here. So all this comes out. This return air drop comes out and comes out to right here. I have a cut line right here, and I have a cut line on this supply right here, and on this return I have a cut line right here. Okay. All right. So on the back of here, there's a return air. So there's a crawl space behind here, but you can't get into it right now. You can when we rip out this furnace and stuff, but right now you can't. But anyway, on this return air that we're going to reuse, there's a duct coming out the back. So I don't have a cut line off the back of it, but we're going to reuse, cut it back and tap our duct onto it. But we're going to have a new drop here, and then this return air I kind of forget. Let's see here. Okay, so this is the return air in the basement here. So this is our, right here, that's our, I'll go over that in a minute. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. So our return air will actually come here, you can cut it off here, and I have an offset that'll offset over 48 inches. So offset all the way here to our return air area, and then we'll have a duct here, and then it'll tie onto the back. Sorry, that's kind of confusing. Okay, so this will just be, we'll tap into the bottom of this with this fitting, which is our return air drop. Okay, and that goes to your here. Okay, so then off of, I made this, so off of this, you need to cut in all the return air. So I have you taking this off and putting an end cap on it, but on the top, let's see, you have to make sure it's cut out, but there's a header right here above. So I'm guessing just remove that header, and then I gave you a piece of panning to pan here, and you're going to cut out the top of your new duct here, and cut out the top of all the return air that you need to pull it from one side to the other as needed, because you're going to take return air from this and this by using all the joist spaces here that you can. So basically pan everything you can and bring your return air over. Okay, so okay, so this one is the 90 for the basement return air, the theater. Squat around, I set that and tap in your 90 to there. Okay, I beat that one to death. So now basement supply. So furnace will sit on the base. Got your pure air filter box. Okay, that coil. So I made a 90. So the 90 part will be facing the back. Off of this furnace is a duct coming off the back. Right there. I don't have a cut line on it. I do have a starting collar and then canvas. So and a damper motor will go back there as well when we can get in there. So that back there, that duct, will be the kitchen addition zone. Okay, this duct here is the living room area zone, middle. This duct here will be the master bedroom zone, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, oh yeah, and this duct here in the bottom will be the basement zone. Okay, so off the side here, I made a starting collar, piece of duct. I gave you a 14-inch HET. This will go to the basement zone. Put that, I made that the same as, hopefully the same that the hole will be. Okay, and damp, 14-inch round damper. And this may be over, you know, cut into the bottom of this 90 just a little bit too, which is okay. But then here we have a reducer and a 90, and this is the top view. It's kind of scattered there. So this is the top view that'll connect to here. We will get a damper in there as well. Okay, so off the front of the furnace, this here, it looks like it's coming out the side, but that's going to be our return air. So this will come off the front. The starting collar, then a big offset damper and duct as it shows. So that offset come up the front, right over this gas line, and offset over. It should miss the return air, so this should come in front of the return air. And get to here. Okay. Ooh. Okay, well, let's see. Basement, let's see here. Okay. So also in the basement, let's go over here, go out the door. So this is return air here. So I have a cut line right here. So we're gonna add a canvas and then a piece of duct, and anyway, so what we're doing, duct just as it shows, piece of duct and then a transition. We're going to add a return air. We're extending this return air to there. We're going to add a 24x6 baseboard grill here. So to do that, you have to cut out this wood here and open it up. So best way I figured to do this is I made you a 4-inch piece of duct. So here it'll 12 inches long, and then this offsets up 1.5 inches, so you should be right under this duct. And I made it 1 inch out, so I figured you can 1 inch out, screw to this, you know, if you can get it in there. Otherwise, just you can bend the inch in. But anyway, once you get that in there, then I figure you can, I give you some ductboard the inside, what you can, you know, and seal it with ductboard. That's the only way I could figure out how to do this one. Okay. Okay, also in the basement, we've got some vents coming out of the ceiling, which are tapped onto the wrong ducts. There's one there, one in this bedroom behind the door, and one in this bedroom behind the, or in the ceiling. So these we will have to take off and plug, and we'll have to patch them. Okay, what else? Okay, so okay, combustion air. Okay, so they're going to put direct vent water heaters in here. So these flues will go away, and all this will go away, and we won't need combustion air. So our flues going to be 3-inch PVC. We are going to go up through the chimney, and so get rid of all this flue, go up through the chimney, all the way up through the roof, and go that route. Okay. So, the gas. So I gave you a plug to plug off the unused, that one, and plug off that one. This gas, replace the caulk with the new one, and add a nipple and a drip leg flex into the furnace, 12-inch into the furnace. Okay, the drain will be to the floor. Thermostat, you can put on iHarmony zone panels with S30 stat and 3 sensors down here. I told you about the return air already. The power. So I give you a combo switch because this has an air cleaner, so you can plug it in. Otherwise, I gave you 2 flat covers, so take these boxes and mount them up somewhere where you don't need them, and put a flat cover on it. That one in the other furnace. Alright, you can possibly have the electrician use one of these wires for the well, it may not be big enough. Yeah, there's only 12, never mind. Okay, so we will be adding a steam humidifier in here. So just the power or the water, I give you a shark bite valve key for the water. Out at the air conditioners, we're taking 3 air conditioners out, and we're only putting 2 back in. So we're going to change the breaker for the unused AC to a 25 amp QO 2-pole breaker for the humidifier. Okay, drain it to the floor. Okay, so what else? Okay, so there's going to be an addition on this house. The duct that's coming off the back, there's going to be some runs coming off to the addition. I don't know what to order because I can't get back there yet. So when we rip this out, we'll have to go back there and see what we need and what we can do. But there'll be flexes and some runs there. Okay, so what else? Okay, so it's kind of hard to tell now because this blower's not working on this furnace. But when you get all this hooked up, Jamie says he thinks there's some vents that are hooked on the wrong duct. And so we need to make sure that all the vents are blowing on the right duct, on the right zone. If they aren't, then we'll have to cut out the bottom and, you know, remove the pipe and bring it out the other duct that it needs to go to. But I'm not sure about that yet. Till we get some airflow moving, I don't know what's what. Okay, so it's gonna be a long video. I'm very sorry. Okay, oops. So we're gonna go out to the air conditioners. And oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Basement. All right. So okay. So yeah. Let's go out to the AC. Okay, so right here you've got 3 air conditioners. That's furnace number 2, AC number 2, AC number 1, and then this one is the top floor, which I'll go over in a minute. But the top floor one, you're just going to replace. Use the same disconnect. The existing breaker is okay on that. But just scoot it over so you don't block the disconnect. Okay, so these 2 ACs are moving out. So you're going to want to use the 40 amp breaker, but you're going to put one in its place. So this here, you just remove and screw the disconnect shut. This will no longer be used. This is the power that you'll be using for, the breaker spot you'll be using for your steam humidifier. So, but you'll have to run an 1 1/8" line set for this one. Okay, now we're out here. So there's our chimneys. So one you'll be using for our furnace flues. One will be for the furnace flues on the top floor, and our water heater flues will probably go down the same as the furnace flues. So, okay. Okay, I'm gonna make the rest on a different video, so there'll be a following video.